Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my Jedi from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
You will like the video. You will share it with your friends. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just give us a 5-star review, thumbs up, or whatever your service allows. If you really like us, also, the podcast is brought to you by Derek Bamford. I'm very sorry, and John Tingley has a bar named after him. I got to get better at this. Nobody snuggles with Max Marge and feel the G's.
Simpsons.
God dang it. No. This is
Max
a Simpsons
Power.
free zone. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we have a lot of benefits, but the most popular tier is the $5 producer tier, where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube as we are doing right now.
And make Simpsons jokes in the chat because Kevin loves it.
Yeah, Bob Servo. You can also get a bonus episode every month and watch the podcast one day live.
Was that his name?
Ever. Yeah.
But what was his actual name?
Mackey. The Mackey Lackeys.
Bob Mackey. Oh, but his handle was Bob Servo. And who was his idiot friend? Henry?
H-Energy.
That guy sucks.
They all suck. But some of our patrons deserve a shout out, just like our patron saints, Derek Bamford, who is producing this podcast, and John Tingley, who, as I said before, has a bar named after him. As well as our affiliates, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. Sarah Solar and Mom. Once again, not here. Also, our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, also not here, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Also, make sure you check out PS Rewind on YouTube. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2player-co-op. So when do I start it?
I don't know. I don't even know why I'm always... Is this what he does? I don't know why I'm doing like this. Like 3 fingers.
I think that's what Obi-Wan did in the first one. He was like... But it was...
That's what my hand like naturally
But he does this.
did.
There's a fly behind you. Oh, I almost got him. All right. He's going to land on my face. That was weird. Okay. Sean.
Yes.
We're going to talk about what we've been playing, but do you have anything else to talk about?
No.
Okay. As we're recording this, less than 3 days away from Zelda. I assume, now apparently no one knows what the review embargo is with Nintendo, but typically if a game comes out on Friday, the reviews come out Wednesday. So tomorrow, sometime in the morning, we should see that this is Metacritic 81.
Who drafted this?
Kidding, Derek.
Oh, Derek. What did Breath of the Wild end up at?
97.
This might be 98.
I think it should be.
I don't see how it can be worse.
No.
I think the only way it can be worse is if people say it's too similar, it's still awesome, but I can't give it
a 10.
A 10
it's a
out of principle.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise. It should be a 97, 98.
We are in the cycle. I swear to God, if I get to the end of this year and go, Zelda was Belder, son of a bitch, it's going to be like, well, and then 2 years later, I'm going to be like, I hate this game.
I don't think that's going to happen. I've cooled off a little bit.
I have not at all.
No, see, I can't wait for it.
Are you taking the day off?
But yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Every time I see videos and stuff on YouTube, I'm like,
Remind
oh my
me
God,
at 8 a.m. to take
I can't
the
wait.
day off.
Game of the year, whatever. But now that I haven't watched anything new in a while, I think I'm back to being like, all right, it's Zelda. I'm looking forward to it. I think if I really start thinking what I've seen in the videos, I'd be like, oh God, yeah, yep, okay, yep, no, okay, yeah, I can't wait, yep. But right now I'm just like, all right, new Zelda game. This is going to be good. I'm ready.
But it does seem like this is going to be Zelda. I mean, it's still
more or less what we wanted. Again, my biggest drawback at this point is having to play it on the Switch. I just don't I don't want to use the program. I definitely don't want to use.
Oh God, I gotta charge
the things, whatever they're called, the things. I also don't really want to use the Pro controller.
What the hell is happening? Must pull down pantaloons. Is that The Simpsons?
I think so.
It should have been deers. I need a 10 for the draft. Derek, you're going to get close. You're going to get close. The only thing I think that can hurt it is the outlets like IGN that don't do point scores. So it's either 8, 9, or 10.
But
like if they give it a
10.
9, it's got, I assume, I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5.
If anything, it'll help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over the moon. I cannot believe that I've gotten to this point, given my history with the last game.
Yeah.
Again, the breakable weapons, whatever. At least now you can fuse. They last longer. I can put a freaking...
I hope it's not confusing.
I can put a boulder...
You are sweating.
Yeah, I know. I'm hot. Whew, I'm feeling a little gassy. Not yet, but I'm also drinking coffee after I was out in the sweltering heat watching Little League Baseball. But yeah, I'm now more excited for this game than I am FF16, which I didn't think was going to happen.
I don't know, man. I think I might be there too.
Yeah.
They're very close, but yeah, it's weird that it's like finally here. 6 years?
Yep.
Oh yeah, over
6.
That's crazy.
We will be back next week with all of our thoughts on Zelda. That's it for this episode. Skyward Sword was a 10. Well, yeah, that was an idiot.
That was an idiot.
That reviewed it. I don't even know who it was. Probably Bob Servo. Oh no, the Mackie Lackeys are coming. Run, hide. Oh. The red Mackies are coming.
I didn't know what that was.
I was trying to do Lex Luthor. It didn't work. I am sweating my ass off. All right. Speaking of video games, Sean.
Yeah.
We both beat Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, I'm not sure how the posting is going to go for this. Either check out our spoiler cast that is already up, or if it's not, it'll be up the next day. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what this episode is going to be numbered. This might be 320, it might be 321, whatever, it doesn't matter. But we're going to have a spoiler cast because we both beat the game. James is on there with us, so check it out if it's already up. If it's not, check it out when it goes up. There you go. John Tingley's here.
So this podcast will be completely spoiler free.
Yes.
The other one will be chock full of nuts.
I was way further than you, so let's get your thoughts first.
I really, really liked it. I don't know that I can say it's a 10 out of 10. It's like a 9.5 for me.
It's a 9.5.
I think what the game could have been is a 10. I didn't have nearly as many like frame rate issues as other people, but I had some. Since I've beaten the game, I think it all happened in post-game stuff. My game has crashed 3 times.
Oh, I never had a crash.
It never crashed for me before.
Okay.
It's crashed 3 times.
There was a new patch.
Oh, God. I have yet to lose anything, but that's getting annoying. I'm glad you mentioned it in the Discord. Join the Discord. Link below, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
About just the title cards and like
yours too,
and like, just, and like you can't even get the Respawn logo to come in without being like all like jerking stuff. Like, come on. The map. I was singing its praises last week.
Yeah,
I've cooled off a little bit.
Yeah.
I think in general it works well when you're out like on Kobo. Out in the open, it's fine.
You get inside.
But anytime you're inside, if there's levels, if you're on this level,
if you just
forget
push
about
forward,
it. You can't see it if there's another floor above you. Like you'll never. It's just it drives me nuts.
You push the left stick forward, and it's like, I'm like what? No, like just move this. Like don't follow like the land. Just go that way or this way or that way or that. Like. It's so frustrating. Yep. Sorry, guys.
There's one other thing. I just had it. Oh, I think we've gotten spoiled, or I have anyway.
Oh, I got it.
I don't know if it's because...
No, it's a fuzz.
It's the fuzz. I don't know if it's because I have gotten spoiled. I don't know if it's because it's not a first-party title. I don't know if it's because it was designed to work on the inferior Xbox consoles. Kidding. But the load times, they're not terrible.
They're not SSD. Also, this game is 150 gigs.
There should not be the load times that there are.
Yeah.
The planet hopping and stuff, I'm like, okay, I got to get to a thing. Then I got to fast travel to the ship. Then I got to go in the ship, choose the planet, wait for it to take off.
Then let Grease
wait a
talk.
while for him to tell me to
Marin's
sit.
Like,
so then I can
know
sit.
What we did back in the Russia.
I'm just like, I just want to.
Steve Appleton.
I was just gonna say when we were listening to people, I'm like, oh man, I miss Steve.
So happy you're here, dude.
So little things like that, but the gameplay, the story, the voice acting, the everything, 10 out of 10. Map, load times that admittedly I'm just spoiled on now. Frame, technical issues, bring it down to at least a 9, maybe a 9.5.
I would give it a 9.5. For me,
if they I don't know what these patches are really doing. I've noticed no difference.
So
but if they finally patch it and it fixes everything, I was playing before I came over. The latest patch I had not installed.
Okay.
So I'm playing. Get kicked out. Game crashes. I'm like, oh,
I've never
come
had
on.
A crash. See, that's
then
what I mean. It's
it
so
wouldn't let
crazy.
me back in until I downloaded the patch.
Yeah.
And that's always fun, downloading a patch on PlayStation
PSN,
because it took 10 minutes to download 1 gig. So I'm like, I just want to play. So little things like that keep getting to me. It's not my game of the year, but it's very, very good. Way better than the first. As of right now, it's my number 2.
As of right now, it's at least number 2.
It could end up.
Yeah. But it could drop to 5.
Yeah, it might end up 4 or 5. Yeah. I don't know. But I loved it. Very, very, very good.
Steve says, did you guys play in performance or fidelity mode?
So
I'm scared to jump in because of the reported bugs.
I started on performance.
Yep.
Then I went to Oh, performance is broken?
Which is what should not be.
Okay, well, that's weird because I switched to fidelity once I got the first patch, and I was like, let's see. And I'm like, okay, it's definitely not 60 frames, but
you get used to it.
It's beautiful. Oh, also, amongst the technical issues, the pop-in
is
just ridiculous. Yeah, it's like drawing a cave in front of my eyes. It's like gray, ooh, some texture, ooh,
what
some
I noticed
light,
was
ooh, some shadows. I'm like, come on,
it's like if I'm running from one spot to another with no fights or anything, and I'm just beelining it as fast as I can, or if I'm on a big old camel brontosaurus thing, and I'm going as fast as I can. It's
Spammel.
Then it's like. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, is this Breath of the Wild?
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, for the game itself, what it could be if they patch out all these issues, I'd give it a 10. But I can't give it a 10 because of all these little things that add up to a minus 0.5 or so.
I will say I love Colin, but one of the things that annoyed me about the last episode of Sacred Symbols was that he was like, I'm hearing about all these technical issues and blah, 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 and how is the game at 86 on Metacritic, blah, blah, blah. How are these people doing this? Do you even care about technical issues? I'm like, dude, you haven't played the game. The reason I'm saying it's a 9.5 is because everything else in the game is damn near perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good that you start this game with your powers that you had in the last game. But there's still more to go. But it's not just it's like Samus falls down a hole and then boom, her suit breaks and I lost all my powers. It's not that. If you play the combat is better than the first one. I know it's quote unquote the same, but it's better here. The stances are great. The Rick MVP. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was
James,
awesome.
Sean, John. You know what I'm talking about. Rick is the MVP. But when it comes to Steve's question, so at first I was playing on performance. Coruscant was fine. When I get to Kobo, the second planet, all of a sudden I get to the open world and it's like screen tears everywhere. Frame rate probably goes down to 24 and then up to 60. It's horrible. Play through that. First patch comes. Screen tearing still there. That's annoying. frame rate is better. I will say, so I went back and forth. I ended up playing a lot of it on fidelity, which I didn't like at first because I was like, oh my God, this is just breaking my brain because it's not 60.
Mm-hmm.
I got used to it. It's beautiful. Today, the patch came out again. I think it hits PC tomorrow. But I will say, as of today, on performance, I'm not Digital Foundry, obviously, but I got to be getting 50 to 60 frames consistently, and I've not seen one screen tear. And I've taken that camera and just gone,
Really?
and I haven't had issues. But it does seem like after the first patch, fidelity mode was pretty much perfect. Performance still had issues, which is, again, the opposite. But it seems like after the last patch, it's almost there. And again, I'm not going to get... James asked me in the Discord if I'm going to get the Platinum. I plan on it. There's no way I'm getting it before Zelda. So at this point, I'm like, by the time I go back to this game... Also, like I was telling you, I'm an idiot, and I'm just like, I have to get every chest, and I have to get every echo, and I have to get everything. And I'm like, I should probably look up a guide because I'm doing so much stuff that I probably don't need to.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Finger.
While .exe has crashed. Oh, okay. This game is better than Forbidden West. It is not as good as Ragnarok.
Yeah.
However, this game surpassed both games in terms of improvements from the original. Now, maybe that's because the first one wasn't as good, and so there's a lot more room to improve. God of War,
it was already a 10.
Yeah, like I'm not one of those it's just DLC guys, but like not a whole lot different. Horizon, kind of the same thing.
I like the first one better.
It's like very much more Fallen Order, but like everything's just a little bit belter. Like I don't think the stances were in the first one, right? At least not to that extent.
They were, but you didn't have this much. Yeah. Also, you should be able to have more than 2. Give me 3. Give me all of them. Just put on L1 and be like... Brrr.
That's true, yeah. But like, I just feel like this game was such a huge improvement over the first one. This is like... I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's better than Ragnarok, but it was...
It's not better than Ragnarok.
It's a true sequel. Probably more of a sequel than Spider-Man will be. It's probably more of a sequel than God of War was. Definitely more of a sequel than Forbidden West was. Like, it improved in every single, other than maybe performance, it improved across the board. Like, there's nothing worse about it, and I don't think... one, I guess, gripe, which, again, I don't remember much from the first. No spoilers, but... It seems like in the first one, correct me if I'm wrong, there were more... Well, by the end, maybe not. It seems like there were more planets in the first one. This one, I feel like it's like...
this has one more.
Really?
Yep.
I just felt like in this one, it's like, go here. Okay, you did that. All right, now go back here. Okay, you did that. Now go back. And I'm just... I'm like,
well, there's
this
two
planet,
main
that planet,
ones.
that one. And I'm just like bouncing back and forth. I'm like, can you give me a new planet or something? Yeah. And obviously, there's a lot to do in both of them, Kobo mainly. But like, that was kind of annoying as I was playing it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going back there again. And then I go there and I do the thing. Let me guess, I'm going back there now. Yep, and it's just just back and forth. But yeah.
I will say this without spoilers. What did you think of the twist? I saw it coming, and then I didn't, and then I was like, oh, and then it
so we talked about it off the airwaves. I saw the first part of the twist coming.
No one saw the second.
I did not see the second.
Yeah.
Somebody, I think it was John maybe, posted on the Discord, watch out for the credits because they spoil something. And I'm like, okay, I don't care about credits anyways, skip, whatever.
Oh.
On my Platinum quest, I finally see what he was talking about, and it was awesome. I'm very glad that I didn't get that spoiled for me. I'll leave it at that. You will get there. If you do the Platinum, you'll get there. And I don't even want to say what it's in regards to.
I know what it is. I got it spoiled. I know.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pissed when I saw that on YouTube. I was like, son of a... I'm just looking at how to solve this puzzle. And then it's like, hey, here's this. I'm like, you son of a biscuit.
Well, yeah, it was not spoiled for me, but it was awesome. No.
Okay. That's what I thought. But yeah, that was spoiled for me. I didn't know it had anything to do with credits, but damn it.
I mean, I assume, John, if you're there, I assume that's what you were... Well, we never said it, but I assume that what you were talking about is what we're talking about. Yeah.
All right, what else can I say? Oh, I don't think I said this last week. I think this was after last week. The boss fight / the climax to the first time, or no, it's probably the second time you go to Jeddah. When you are going, loop, loop,
okay.
loop.
Yep.
Is
that
one of the coolest things.
Yes.
It's one of the coolest set pieces I've ever seen. Apparently that trophy is not missable, though. You have to like force push somebody into that thing. And I haven't gone back to try it, so I don't know if it's just still there chilling out, whatever. But
no, you're thinking of something else.
Okay.
There's a trophy to push somebody into
a grinder.
No, into the beam on...
Oh. All right, James. I love the game so much I watched the credits. Okay.
Oh, so you had it spoiled for you. I'm guessing is what you're saying.
Oh, wait, so the credits spoil it?
Yeah,
oh,
because it probably says...
who plays who.
Yes.
Is it
I don't know. I never
the right
watched.
person?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
it definitely is.
It is, okay.
Yeah. But no, there's a trophy for force pushing somebody into the...
I did that. I didn't get one. I don't think. Well, maybe I did. And I was just like, oh, don't die.
I got one of the trophies was you have to basically drop one of your mounts into just...
Like Mario
a cliff.
64, yeah.
And so I looked up a video online how to do it, or you can do it a number of ways. So they said the easiest, go to Kobo.
He had it spoiled.
Go right here, whatever. So I did that. I got on the thing and I jumped into the cliff, jumped off him and got back. So he fell. Nothing. I'm like,
it could be she.
and I'm just like, well, whatever. Like, I'll get it another time. And I'm just running back to go do something else, and all of a sudden it just pops up literally like 30 seconds later. I'm like, I'll take it, but
like it took a while for him or her to die.
Yeah.
I will say this, the last 2 to 3 hours of this game are, I think it was John and James, I think, were going back and forth after I said I beat it, and one of them was saying that this is the most Star Wars thing ever since like the original trilogy. And yes, but that's in all the ways that Star Wars used to be awesome. The story of these two games already is so much better than the bullshit. Like, it's so annoying that The Force Awakens was so good. And then we got The Last Jedi, and then Last Skywalker, they're like, my name is Rey. Lease the Snyder Cut. Like, it's so stupid that like, we got that. This story
somehow Palpatine survived. Or came back, or whatever.
Look at my fingers, Jedi. There are twists and turns in the last 2 to 3 hours that I didn't see coming. There's, we were texting. How many holy shit moments did we have?
There's the twist, the second part of the twist,
right? Then there's the
thing,
the gameplay thing.
Oh yes, and then the part. At the end of that part.
Oh my God. One of the best boss fights ever.
And then, I guess that's it. For like twists and stuff.
But that was all in like an hour. It was like bang, bang, bang. And also, there's a chase scene that I was like, I cannot believe. Because you walk by that thing early in the game and I'm like, I go click R3 and it's like, I guess this doesn't work. I'm like, damn it. But maybe. It's... I'm to the point now where I want to see a Disney Plus show, and I shouldn't say this because they suck, with Cameron Monaghan playing Cal in real life. Like, like the video with him and Mark Hamill, I didn't watch it at first because I was like, what the hell is Luke Skywalker in this game? Spoiler alert, no, he's not. But then I went back and watched it, and it's like, it's funny, and he's going... I'm like, this dude, like... I haven't seen any interviews or anything, but Cameron must be such a big Star Wars fan.
I feel like he's... Yeah, legit. And
he's also the Joker. His brother was, whatever. But, Gotham.
Yeah.
Okay. What else can I say? I will say just this. The Abyss. Apparently, I'm reading some people were disappointed by that. When you go to the place, when you have to get through the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it was cutscene, but
yeah, okay, yeah.
I will say this. I love Gerard the Completionist. He reviewed this game and he gave it his rating of play it. So it goes something, play it, finish it, complete it. And he gave it a play it. And I'm like...
I can understand not completing it.
How could you not finish this? And he was like, well, the story kind of dragged at the end. I'm like, what? Did we play the same game? Because the story in this was so freaking good. I'll save it. But I'm like, did you actually... he showed all his trophies. So he did complete it. I beat it at 20 and a half hours. I think you were right around there, right?
I texted you. I don't remember what it was, but I think I was like 18, 19, something like that. Do you remember what your percent was? I don't even know what the percent is even.
No, I have no idea. But right now I'm at about 26 hours.
18.3 hours, 64%.
Okay, so you mainlined it even more than I did. But yeah, it's awesome. What do we got? I've heard that some of the set pieces rival those of Uncharted. No, it's not hyperbolic. Are you kidding me?
No, it's legit.
The set piece on Jeddah is one of the coolest things, again, I've ever seen in any video game that's actually playable. You know what I mean? Like, what?
No, it sounded like you said Eddie video game.
Eddie? And get over here. Eat your cream corn. Graham loved cream corn, and it was so gross. You liked it.
I don't know.
You did. I'm like, nah, man. Give me that microwave regular corn. Cream corn.
It's probably because I was used to Mom's frozen corn, which is so subpar to canned corn, which is also subpar to corn on the cob.
Oh my God, yeah. Anyways.
Also, corn on the cob... This should be a timeout. We'll get back to that. This should be a bonus episode sometime.
Let's get John and Derek on there.
I know Mom's not watching, but like corn on the cob. So much better when you actually put butter and salt and like stuff on it and like bake it or even like grill it. It gets a nice char on it instead of just like
when all the kernels,
put it in the water.
The kernels are a little
boil
burned.
it for a while and then put fake butter.
Then give you fake margarine.
And like even like Kraft mac and cheese. When I would eat that, I'm like, this is fine. But then when I would stay, or anytime I'd like go over to Brent's house and his mom would make it, I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
Well,
eventually I realized it's not skim milk, it's not margarine, it's real milk, real butter, way more butter than Mom would put margarine in. Yes. So I'm just like, oh, no wonder this is so much better this way. But anyways, I digress.
So also Star Wars, John says it was better than the Solo Kessel Run. I will say again, I hated on that movie so much before I finally saw it, and it was not that bad. I'll say that. This game, 100 times better than that movie, though.
If this were a movie,
this would be top 5, at least.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be up there with Rogue One, Empire, 4, which you don't like.
The only thing I thought was kind of...
Oh, no. There's an update on Silk Song. I don't want it.
It's out tonight.
Because I drafted it number 1. Okay. Hey, gang, just a quick update about Silk Song. We had planned to release it in the first half of 23, but development is still continuing. We're excited by how the game is shaping up, and it's gotten quite big, so we want to take the time to make the game as good as we can. Expect more details from us once we get closer to release. I'm screwed. My number 1 pick's not coming out. And my number 2 pick was The Last of Us PC. I'm done.
Which was like
I can't
60
win.
Or something.
Like a 58, I think. I'm screwed. I can't win.
What were you just talking about?
I don't know. Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
The Kessel Run.
Oh, we were saying if this was a movie.
Yeah.
But so what?
I don't know. It would have been good.
I don't know. It was, yeah.
I would give this...
Oh, I know what it was.
I had a pony.
One thing I'm kind of shocked. I thought for sure we would see I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Like, why even mention that?
There's but it's not just like once.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, okay,
And
when is
the
he?
first game? Hello.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to hell. What else? Oh, I was shocked that one character who turned out to be something else actually had, like, I thought that was fake too.
Yeah.
But then when you get there, you get to the quarters and everything, and I'm like, oh God,
So-
am I going to do this? Okay, no.
I'll save it for the podcast, but
Well,
I mean the other podcast.
it's like me with Alone in the Dark.
I'm gonna just text myself so I don't forget.
Okay. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor, if you've not played it, play it. It's awesome. Sean,
Yes.
we don't have a lot to talk about this week, but do you want to get to the news? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Of the week?
Let's do it.
All right, Sean, we only have 2 items on the list this week, but one of them is a big one. And I wrote the wrong title down here, but it's fine. It comes from gamesindustry.biz, and that is that Phil Spencer had an interview with those jackasses over at Kinda Funny. Phil Spencer says making great games wouldn't be enough for Xbox to claw out of 3rd place in the console race. It's funny because when you look at all the court filings and stuff, they're like, Sony has 70%. We only have 30. How are you in 3rd place if Nintendo has 0? In an appearance on the Kinda Funny Xcast published today on YouTube last week, Spencer laid out the reason for the company's pursuit of subscription services like Game Pass and cloud gaming technology. Quote, we're not in the business of out-consoling Sony or out-consoling Nintendo, Spencer says. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. Just, you don't listen to Sacred Symbols, so I want you to just tell me what you think about all of this when we're done. And I know that'll upset a ton of people, but the truth of the matter is when you're 3rd place in the console marketplace and the top 2 players are as strong as they are and have in certain cases a very discreet focus on doing deals and other things that kind of make being Xbox hard for us as a team, that's on us, not on anybody else. That's me editorializing. You're Microsoft. Things are hard on you. You literally print money over there. I hate this guy so much.
Not literally.
Figuratively. Spencer said Microsoft is invested in making sure Xbox owners have a great experience and feel catered to, but seemed to acknowledge that it can't beat Sony or Nintendo using a traditional console strategy. Quote, I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around, he says. It's just not true. That if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games. This idea that if we just focus more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think that doesn't relate to the reality of most people. Spencer said around 90% of people who buy consoles each year are already in one of 3 main console ecosystems. And the switching costs are higher now that people have established digital libraries that they can carry forward from a prior generation. Quote, this is the first generation where the big games they're playing were games that were available last gen. When you think about Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft. That is so sad, by the way. Those are the big games.
Yeah.
Spencer said, the continuity from generation to generation is so strong. I see a lot of pundits out there that kind of want to go back to the time when we all had cartridges and discs, and every new generation was a clean slate and you could switch the whole console share. That's just not the world that we are in today. There is no world where Starfield is an 11 out of 10 and people are selling their PS5s. That's not going to happen. Spencer stressed again that the console is, quote, the core of the Xbox brand, and Microsoft will continue to focus on that despite its differing strategy. Quote, but I know some people want to hold us up as being a better green version of what the blue guys do. And I'm just going to say there's not a win for Xbox in staying in the wake of somebody else. We have to go off and do our own thing with Game Pass, with the stuff we do with xCloud, and the way we build our games, end quote. Didn't he just say they don't matter? Spencer also addressed the recent release of Arcane's Redfall, one of the higher-profile first-party Xbox releases in recent memory. He acknowledged technical issues with the game in a critical response that had Metacritic averages double digits beneath Microsoft's expectations from its mock reviews. He also pointed to misleading marketing efforts as a problem. Quote, I'll even go back to the Redfall videos on IGN of showing videos of the game running at 60 on PC, At the point knowing that the game was going to be around 30 frames per second at launch on console. Like, we have to be transparent about what we're showing. That what we're showing is representative of what our console customer, our most committed customer to our brand, financially committed, what they're going to see, what they're going to play. And our transparency just has to be better. And I'm not pointing at anybody but myself. At some point, I'll have enough knocks against me that it's somebody else there. But I think it's transparency in what we're building, what our aspiration is for the game, and what it's going to look like, what the features are. And it drives me crazy when we have self-inflicted wounds of putting things out there in communication that's confusing or misleading about what the actual end product is going to be. Dude, you had people over for a preview. It's you. Like, well, we were misleading in our marketing. Snake oil. Spencer also suggested that Microsoft might be more hands-on with games in the future when it acquires them or their studios mid-development. Quote, I think we need to improve on engaging in games that are midway through production when they become part of Xbox, he said. I do think there's a different expectation for a game and even a team when you've been third-party and all of a sudden you become part of first-party, end quote. Spencer added, quote, we didn't do a good job early on in engaging with Arcane Austin to help them understand what it meant to be part of Xbox and part of first-party, and use some of our internal resources to help them move along that journey even faster, end quote. I will say this, outside of Forza and kind of Halo, they're on par with Xbox first party. I think they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think? It was a lot. What did you think about this interview by Kind of Funny?
I think the thing about him saying that good games or, great games aren't going to turn things around. Why do you think Sony and Nintendo are winning right now? Because they have the games. Now, what I will say is he does have a good point about the whole digital ecosystem and whatever, and that it is going to be a lot harder now than it was in previous generations to flip people. And I don't think he's saying the part where he's like, I don't care how good Starfield is, it's not going to cause people to sell their PlayStation to get an Xbox. You don't worry about PlayStation.
Yes.
Just
they might just buy
do
one
something
to play your freaking game.
Yeah, you don't need to get them to drop PlayStation. Just you need them to want to get an Xbox.
It's not about going -1, which actually doesn't even count.
Right.
Going -1 and +1. No, you just need +1.
Yeah.
You need Starfield to be awesome. Period. It has to be.
Yeah.
Redfall sucks. Period. Haven't played it. Won't play it. Don't care. Have Game Pass. My kid stole my Xbox. Not going to play it. Don't care. Night, Derek.
So, yep.
This guy, it's so funny. Like, again, James, I know you don't agree. I feel like this guy has said so much stuff in the past that was lies. And now it's kind of like, well,
you reap what you sow.
Shit. But again, it's like, yeah, it's like you said. Like, so if Nintendo did not have Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom coming up and Splatoon 3 and I'm running out of games. Metroid Dread, Metroid Prime Remastered, Kirby, Tears of the Kingdom's coming out. We're going to get Mario Odyssey 2, whatever. Like, and if Sony didn't have God of War and God of War 2 and Last of Us and Last of Us 2 and Horizon 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, we got a sequel coming at some point pretty soon, we would assume. Like, good games, like, software sells hardware, period. Now, because they've gone to the Game Pass model, they don't care so much about hardware. They just want you to subscribe to Game Pass, even if it loses some money. They don't care. Just subscribe. Please, subscribe. When Starfield comes out, whatever their numbers are, which seem like they're going to be low right now because they have not talked about it in forever, when Starfield comes out, they're going to go whoop. Because even people that have an Xbox right now and it's just sitting there, when that game comes out, as long as it's at least a 9, which I assume it will be, they're going to subscribe to Game Pass. They're going to play that game. But then after a month, are they going to keep it? Like, that's why this whole Game Pass thing is so weird. I really do wonder if they did not launch Game Pass about 6 years ago, I don't think Xbox would be a thing right now. I feel like Microsoft would have been like, we're good. We got Azure, we got Windows, we got Office 365. Like, we're good. We don't need y'all. I don't know. This was such a weird interview to me because it does seem very like, what do you want us to do?
Right. He's basically just throwing in the towel and saying like, well,
but he's throwing in the towel while also trying to buy Activision for $70 billion. If Xbox was separate from Microsoft, they would not exist. Period.
Probably, yeah.
I don't want them to go away. I want them to be awesome. But, like, where's Hellblade 2? How many E3s ago was it where they're like, we bought these 7 developers, and one of them was, Hellblade 2 or Ninja Theory or Ninja something, whatever. And it's, here's this demo, and it looks awesome. And then we get 2 years later, we get another trailer. It's like, this looks awesome. And it's like, I don't know. We'll put the game out at some point. Like, I don't know, man. It's so weird. Props to James. He probably accounted for 10% of the physical sales of the Xbox version of Jedi Survivor. Yes. It might have been 50%. I don't know, man. I do wonder, again, I do think eventually the Activision acquisition goes through. But if it doesn't, I don't know, man. Like, is Sega going to make a console or something? Like, I don't know. I know Microsoft, again, figuratively prints money, but, man, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else, Sean?
No, I don't know. I'm glad that, I mean, say what you want about Jim Ryan, but I'm glad we don't have... I'm glad this guy's not in charge of Sony. I mean, PlayStation.
I will say this. He's that. But I will say this. So, like, he took over for Don Matrick, who completely, like, the Xbox One launch, the Xbone, was the worst launch of any console probably since the Saturn, I would guess, because they were like, and it's available now. We have no games. We didn't tell our third-party partners it was going to come out now. Sorry, whatever. Like, they screwed it up so bad. He came in, he got Game Pass going and everything like that, but now it's like, you've bought all these companies. Where are the games? What is the point other than just this subscription service for $10 or $15 a month that you just have? And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. All right, next up, Sean. In much sadder news, this comes from IGN. Sony has shut down PixelOpus. PixelOpus, the small Sony Interactive Entertainment-owned studio, best known for its work on Concrete Genie, is shutting down. Sony confirmed in a statement to IGN that the studio will officially shutter on June 2nd. In a tweet posted today, PixelOpus said that the studio's adventure, quote, has come to an end while thanking its fans. The tweet read, "Dear friends, our PixelOpus adventure has come to an end. As we look to new futures, we wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to the millions of passionate players who have supported us and our mission to make beautiful, imaginative games with heart. We are so grateful." PixelOpus senior environment artist, I was looking ahead to his last name, Bob Archibald, appeared to confirm the news, tweeting, "I'd like to think that with Concrete Genie, we made the world an ever so slightly better place, and not too many games these days have the chance to try and do that. I will always be grateful for my time building imaginative worlds with this incredible team, Heart." It's unclear. Okay, this is weird. It's unclear whether PixelOpus's team has been laid off. Sony told IGN in a statement that PlayStation Studios regularly evaluates its portfolio and the status of studio projects to ensure they meet the organization's short and long-term strategic objectives. As part of a recent review process, it has been decided that PixelOpus will close on June 2nd. How does that... What is unclear about people being laid off? Now, I guess they could be saying, well, you're going to go to Santa Monica.
Yeah,
you're going to go to Naughty
PixelOpus is
Dog.
done, but we'll find spots for all of you. I don't know.
Prior to its closure, PixelOpus was a small subsidiary of PlayStation Studios based in San Mateo. The studio was founded in 2014 and worked on Entwined and then later Concrete Genie, which received praise for its lavish artwork. We called it, quote, short and sweet, end quote, in our review, writing, success in Concrete Genie comes easily, probably too easily for some, but that ease lets its best moments breathe. At heart, it's an exercise in the pleasure of the artistic process, just like Concrete Genie's core idea. You never really have to paint, but I absolutely wanted to, end quote. PixelOpus was reportedly working on an untitled project in collaboration with Sony Pictures Animation. It's unclear whether that project will be moved to another team. This sucks. This is also weird because I think last week or the week before we talked about how Sony just bought Firewalk Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome to the family, our 20th studio. Actually, you're our 19th.
Well, they were the 20th.
Well, they were. They're not. Concrete Genie was not like Game of the Year. It was not Journey or anything like that.
Fine. It was different.
But it's something about... This news kind of made me want to go back and play it again. That, like, again, it's not Journey or anything like that, but that game world was so... It was, like, cathartic, and you're interacting with your paintings and everything, and there was something about that game that was really special. I don't know. This just sucks. I really hope the fact that the whole wording around the whole laid off, not laid off, whatever, I hope that does mean that the studio members have gone to other teams that Sony has in California or wherever, or Sony Bend, whatever. But what do you think about this, Sean?
It sucks. Like you said, I mean, Concrete Genie was fine. It was a good game. It was different than anything we've really seen. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of those... It's business. It's not personal. I hope they do find spots for everybody. But, yeah. Well,
and I do wonder what they were working on, if it was an animated movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also always wanted to call them PixelOpus.
Well, you love every February when they play the Superb Owl.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just adding an ol. PixelOpus.
PixelOpus. All right, Sean. That's it for the news of the week. So it is now time for the wrap up. Jeff Grubb, damn it. He's saying that Sony's PlayStation Showcase, as of now, is taking place the week of May 25th. Jeff Grubb knows his stuff. He said for a while it was going to be this week. He tweeted this week. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know that I got some confirmations that this looks good. May 25th. 2 weeks after Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. It's before
I
Final
would
Fantasy.
bet a lot of money that this does not happen. I'm not saying he's full of it.
But he's getting fed bad info.
Yeah, maybe
something.
that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening.
Nintendo has announced that they're hosting a Treehouse live stream this Thursday night leading up to the midnight launch of Tears of the Kingdom. There's going to be 4 different gameplay sessions that they're going to be showing. Who in the world, when the game is about to come out, is going to watch this?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Done. Like, as long as the reviews aren't like, oh, Metacritic 65. Like, I don't want to see anything. I want to go out there. I want to have that moment of waking up in the Resurrection Shrine and walking out, and then the world just goes boom, Breath of Wild. I don't even know if it did. No, it didn't do that, did it?
It was down in the corner.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was loading. It was like, we're going to show you this because it's going to take a while to load.
Basically a loading screen.
Speaking of Nintendo, there are reports out of Nikea, or however you say that, Nikkei, Nike. It's not there.
I'm like looking for it.
I know that's where it came from.
I have no idea.
They're stating that Nintendo's next hardware is going well, but no launch will happen before spring of next year at the earliest. I don't know that I believe that. Why are they doing this Seattle live thing in September? It could just be Mario Odyssey 2. I mean, they did a whole E3 around Breath of the Wild in 2016. They were like, here's 100 consoles of the Wii U. Go play Breath of the Wild. Boom, go.
Maybe, yeah.
But I got to think there's something more going on. Like, I got to think hardware's coming sooner than that. But who knows? Final Fantasy 16 has been banned in Saudi Arabia.
Of course.
So that means, I assume, a dude kisses a dude or a girl kisses a girl, and they're like... To square... No, I mean, like, they don't do that in the game.
No, I know.
Saudi... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia would do that. Bye, John.
See ya.
Oh, they only had 12 to 19 employees. Holy crap. Okay, well then I'm guessing they're fine. I do like that Square Enix said, no, we're not going to compromise.
Good.
Sorry, we're fine. And also, like, PS5s are not region locked. Like, you can buy it from Amazon, get it shipped to Saudi Arabia, play it, whatever. Starfield has been ESRB rated with an M, which means it should hit its September release date. Okay, you're up.
It's on, yeah.
The Xbox Game Showcase.
Do we know who drafted that? I assume
think
that was the first round.
I did, I think.
Oh, really?
In like the third, which is probably going to be my first game that actually might get a decent score.
If it comes out this year.
It's coming out this year. It has to. The Xbox Game Showcase will air June 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Starfield Direct. Microsoft also announced this past week that PC Game Pass new friend referral program is going, so you can give a friend that has never had PC Game Pass before 14 days of free access.
You did get Starfield in the third round.
Okay. God, please let it be a 95. Otherwise, I'm done. Xbox, their Seagate expansion cards got their first discount since those things hit the market. I think the 512 meg got like a 40 gig discount. The 1 terabyte got 60 or 70. The 2 terabyte got 70 or 80. I forget. What? Gigs.
You said
Sorry.
512 megabyte ut a 40 gig discount.
Okay, whatever. Because I was trying to go to the next number. Shut up. Street Fighter 6 is getting an open beta the weekend of May 19th. You will have 8 characters playable as well as crossplay. We're going to play this online. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Chris is down. I'm down. You're down. Also, Capcom apparently is hoping to sell 10 million copies of SF6. Street Fighter 5 sold 7 million. Again, it was only on PS4 and PC. Now you've got Xbox.
They'll hit 10.
They'll hit 10. Also, it looks way better than 5.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fine. This next one's kind of weird. Carl Urban is in talks to play Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. I can kind of see it, but I've never seen him without a beard.
I was going to say, he looks more like Kano, but we already have a George.
I don't know why I closed one eye and then shot it with my real eye. But it should have been the Miz. Like, the Miz sucks, but he is so over the top that, like, he would have been perfect for Johnny Cage. And especially since they didn't show who he is, and it was just like, there's a poster or something at the end of the first movie.
Another one I saw that I think would have been good is
Seth Rollins.
Glenn, what's his name? The guy that was Hangman in Maverick. Glenn.
Oh, the guy with the yeah, he'd be good. No, I'm saying he's got the Razor Ramon. Yeah. No, he would be really good.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy has now sold 15 million copies and over $1 billion in revenue.
That boycott.
Man,
sure hurt him.
You showed them. Also, Horizon Forbidden West has now sold 8.4 million copies. So Zero Dawn and Forbidden West together have sold 32.7 million copies.
So Zero Dawn sold 24 million?
Now, the only thing I don't know is if that means if they're counting the DLCs. I don't think they are. But that game came out 6 years ago. And there's 120 million PlayStations out there. Like,
I guess. That's crazy.
If you count PS5s, 160 damn near million. What? 160 damn near million.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters have sold 2 million copies across all platforms. Now, this sounds good, but this game came out 2.5 years ago on mobile and Steam and Switch. What?
Do you ever watch the it's on TV every year, the Saturday Night Live Christmas special? There's
Sweaty
the thing.
Balls?
No, there's the thing with John Malkovich where he's reading Night Before Christmas. That's what you just sounded like. You're like, the Pixel remasters have sold 2 million copies across all platforms. Now, you just like start talking.
Now listen,
that's what it just reminded me of.
Like, it sounds good, but are you going to get these again?
I don't think so. Like,
not even 6.
I've tried playing 1, and I'm just so confused. I'm like, I just when you have to have like assigned classes. Like, I want a thief, and I want a red mage, and I want a knight, and I want a black mage. Like, I'm just like, just give me the people,
right,
and let me do what I want with them. 3/6 is really good, but is it though? Because I have yet to ever actually finish it. Every time I play it, I get like a little bit further. I've tried playing it 3 times, and I swore the last time I played it, I'm like, I'm going to finish this game
on your phone,
and I
right?
still haven't. No, I got it. Oh, yes, but I was playing it on my iPad with my DualSense.
Okay.
Or DualSense, I guess. And I couldn't. It's not bad. It's just, I think Chrono Trigger is far superior.
Yeah.
But.
And the last item on the wrap-up, Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, was announced and is coming out this fall on everything. It is a beat-em-up, because it's Double Dragon. It will have roguelike or roguelite. I don't know what the friggin'... What is the difference?
We've talked about this.
I don't know. Do you? You're like, no, we talked about it, Kevin.
No, I'm not saying... I don't know that we ever got to an answer, but we've...
Okay.
But it has something to do with if you get permanent
upgrades or not.
Upgrades.
Like if you lose progress, whatever.
Right. But
also RPG elements. Okay.
Also, I did not know that this was a roguelite. Or has roguelite elements.
Okay, so I don't know if there's only 4 levels and then a final level, but there's 4 gangs. Also, you can play as Marion. Good for her.
Can you play as Bimmy?
You can play so there's 4 gangs. So you can tackle that. It's like Mega Man, but there's only 4. So you can take gang 1, 2, 3, or 4 in any order. And then after you beat 1, you go to 4, and then 3, 2, whatever. Every time you beat the gang, the next gang gets stronger. And then the third one's even stronger. The fourth one's even stronger. So I think that's the roguelite, whatever stuff. But,
okay. So
if there's 4 gangs, permutation, because somebody was like, I think it's 16 different games you can play through. And I was like, I don't think that's right. But you've got 4 gangs. You can play them in any order.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
So 24.
That sounds right. Okay. But yeah, like, the only thing I don't like about this is the art style. It's a little too chibi, like Final Fantasy theater rhythm, whatever. Like,
yeah, I
don't think this is going to be Shredder's Revenge or Streets of Rage 4. Is what I'm saying. But
I think clearly they're inspired by that. They're like, well, those worked. Let's go ahead and bring Double Dragon back. I like the RPG elements. I thought that was a nice touch in Shredder's Revenge. Yeah. But when I think Double Dragon, I think like B punches this way and A punches this way, and you hit them both to jump, and you hit them both and
do a
both
hurricane
again
kick.
To kick. Like, I know it doesn't control that way anymore. It probably just controls like Streets of Rage or whatever. But that's where my brain goes, and I'm like, I can't do Double Dragon. But if we have review codes,
I want to. But yeah, I would love to review it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. We will be back next week with our full thoughts. Well, I mean, our thoughts in progress of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But until that time, Schwan, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.